Hello everyone, this is Greg Christopher 1. This is lesson number 3. In the previous lessons we covered the importance of stick figures in lesson 1. In lesson 2 we went over a little bit about how to pose a character with using the stick figure, creating a posed character. Now we're going to do a couple of things, which is to show dramatic poses, but again we're not going to do too much definitive stuff on the character, such as putting eyes or noses or anything. We're just going to show the character doing some dramatic things. So I'm going to do a series of them on this page. In creating drama with illustration, if I fall out of the image, don't worry, I'm going to pan the camera up and down so you can all see the image. But what you want to do when you're drawing characters, especially in if it's comic books or illustration, is you want to use dramatic imagery. You want the character to really stand out and to really look like they're throwing their entire weight behind whatever they do. Dramatic action is something that grabs your reader's attention. So I'm going to do just a few of these here. Again, I'm not putting too much definitive stuff on these images, but what they'll do is they'll just kind of illustrate to the audience an emotion through the physical action. So what your audience is going to see is some emotion in every image that you draw. So I want the characters to be dramatic, stand out. You know how our muscles tense up when we're trying to say something to somebody who just doesn't understand, or we scrunch up. Or if we're running or we're leaping, we end up throwing our whole body, the weight of our entire body, into a particular action. Same thing applies when it comes to art. We want our audience to understand, to see the physicality in our characters. Notice I'm not trying to do anything too definitive here. I'm just getting used to see how the image conveys an emotion to the audience. And this is good again, a good exercise, a beginning exercise, or maybe if you've been drawing for a lot of years and you feel like you've hit a stagnation in your drawing or your art, go back to these foundational exercises, because they shouldn't be forgotten, and they just get us back into creating that dramatic action. Let's get some physicality in the art. Sometimes I spend hours just looking at photos of, I don't know, anything where people are doing a dramatic action of some kind. Boxing, martial arts, anything where people are putting their entire weight into something they're trying to do. Trying to force them, throw themselves forward or push themselves in some way. And there's no mistakes in any of this process. Again, this is all just practice, getting used to creating dramatic action. The biggest the overriding assignment in all of this is to draw. That is always the assignment, to put in some time drawing each and every day. Even if it's just 15 minutes, that drawing practice will pay off. That always pays off. Just put the time in to do the art. And you get better. You'll get better at it. Oh yeah. You get a lot better at it. Okay, so these are 3 images where I use the stick figures, a series of ovals and circles to create some dramatic action. I've got a character running at the top of the page, and I'll just focus the camera on that. I got a character sitting as though they're trying to explain something to somebody at the center on the left side, and I have a character looking as though they're trying to punch something on the right side. Notice the physical mannerisms I'm trying to show in this character punching, the muscle, the weight of their body going to one particular side as they move through a punching motion. If you need an illustration of that, or thought about that, think about yourself punching, how your weight shifts from one side of your body to the other. Same thing with the character sitting. Showing the character leading and kind of hunching forward as though they're trying to explain something. This physicality that goes on in this character is something that we do when we're upset and we're trying to really get a point across. And again, with the character running, at the top of the page, I'm just going to focus the camera at the top of the page, they're throwing their whole body, their whole weight forward, from one side of their body to the next, pushing through the legs and trying to add extra strength and speed through the entire arm area. So practice this, practice these images of dramatic action, running, jumping over a fence, skipping down a street, some kind of physical action. And that physicality translates to creating more dramatic images. That's our lesson for today. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lesson. This is Greg Christopher 1 signing off.